happening, road dogs and highway hounds? I'm pretty excited, man. I just turned the air conditioner on in this pick-em-up truck I just got. I bought it in the winter, so I didn't know if the air conditioner worked. But it does. How classy is that, huh? So I can roll up my windows and make videos. Otherwise, it'd be bad news in the truck. But anyway, so Adam Meister pulled it off again. Did another really good this week in Bitcoin thing. I want to clarify something. When I made that video about Charlie Lee, I put Bumblebee. I put Adam Meister in the top, and it was just because when I was posting the video, I know I just said something about it, but I think with Adam Meister and ties in, my feeling was when I heard that he was going over making videos with ties in, I just kind of was like, dang, because I think he puts out a lot of good info, and he doesn't need ties in to make his channel good. And I think it brought him down a notch in my window, or in my barometer. But, you know, whatever. I mean, I'm not knocking Adam Meister. But, you know, he also did say that him and Tizen think a lot alike, and he's an anarcho-capitalist, so I don't know what all that means. But anarcho-capitalist, who knows? I don't know. I'd like to ask him those questions, but I don't really have the time or whatever. But I'm just trying to make a video whenever I can. But no, back to Charlie Lee, because he was on Adam Meister's thing, and I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I'm gonna watch it later, but I had to make a video now because I got time, and Andy's getting on me saying, man, make a video, so I'm making a video. I know, I look now, and today Litecoin's at $8. It was at $3.80 a few days ago, and I hear people talking, you know, oh, all the bears out of the bubble or something like that. They're kind of knocking whatever, but I mean, in a month, over doubling the price is pretty good. But I'm a little relieved that it's going back down, because we can still get in. Now that is the thing. And actually, one of the guys on Bitcoin Adam Meister's show was like, he said, hey, you know, I've got more Litecoin than I do Bitcoin in the amount of units, and I'm the same way. And you know, I've been thinking, you know, watching the prices, how fast they move, and sometimes you forget, you know, over the past 3 years when this has been kind of lulling around and being unexciting. Now we're coming back into an exciting period again, it seems like. But man, those prices move fast. And just think, I mean, it went from the Bitcoin Litecoin ratio went from 1 to 300. 1 to 300, you buy, you know, 300 Litecoins to buy a certain amount of Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin. So 1 to 300 to 1 and 100 in a week, like that. And that got me thinking, you know, because I've always thought, well, Litecoin ain't gonna get to 1 and 4. It might get to 1 and 4 ratio in my lifetime or whatever. Or, you know, I'm just thinking about this stuff, and I was like, you know what? One big player come in and just like, boom, gobble it up, and it's over. And everybody's like, oh yeah, why couldn't we see that coming? So, I mean, these markets are extremely tiny. They're extremely volatile. We just saw a 200 point move in the Bitcoin Litecoin ratio. and it's come back down now. But whatever, it just shows you how fast when these markets move, man, they just move fast. And I was talking to Andy again, and he was saying something about, oh, Litecoin's coming to Coinbase. Well, I believe that one when I see it, because I've been hearing that for a long time. But I think it will, you know, they'll probably mix it in with Dash or something, you know, whatever. But I don't know what's going on with that. But, and I'm not watching the news. But my feeling is just keep doing what you're doing. Fine. Oh, what I was talking about was with Andy. You want to get in there before it goes on Coinbase. Once it goes on Coinbase, anybody can buy it. And I mean, I understand. I am not a computer guy. It took me like 2 weeks of solid studying just to figure out how to, you know, print paper wallets securely offline, how to run BTC-E, and get in there. And I should do a demo video, but I'm afraid I'll give away some private super secret key and I'll be compromised. The key to BTC-E is finance. Go to the finance button on it. If you've made an account, you're logged in and signed in, go to the finance tab. There's just something in there that says finances, and it'll show you a list of all your coins. And you hit deposit on there, and it'll bring up a QR code. You send it to that QR code, then you're funded. Okay, you know, it takes however long it takes. And once you fund it, you send your coins there, and then you go to the trade. You click the trade button, and you go to trade, and when you hit trade, you look for, if, like, I've been sending Ethereum because I don't want to pay. I don't know if there's fees. I just hear that there's fees on Bitcoin. I don't care. I'm just doing it. So if there's fees on Bitcoin because all this drama going on with Bitcoin Unlimited and Segwit, I'm just gonna use Ethereum and let all the Ethereum people get all giddy because they got a pump in their thing because people are using it. But you go to BTC-E, you click trade, you hit ETH to and /LTC, the little button on there, and you go over to the buy thing. You take the amount of Ethereum you got or whatever, and you divide that by the price of whatever you're buying, and you put that order in, and it seems to fill. Somehow when the prices are going up or down, I don't know how that works. I've never had a real problem with it, but I think if you're timing it, you know this stuff. But if you're just a dummy like me, and you go in there and for some reason, one way or the other, the price movement is going. Sometimes the trades don't initiate, but I've never had one last longer than 5 minutes because they're always going up and down. But yeah, then after you've made your trade and you've got your coins, you go back to the finance tab, and there's, you know, where the finance tab is on BTC-E, there is a button that says withdraw. And when you withdraw, you know, you put in your Litecoin address or whatever address you're going to, and you hit withdraw, and it's there, and you go back and check it in a few minutes. And distractions, but yeah, that's basically how that's done. But with, I don't know, the price of Litecoin irrelevant. It's, to me, it's the importance of all of us accepting it for the 1/4 ratio. And a lot of people making videos aren't going to say that, and they're going to say that's wacky talk and whatever. But I'm telling you right now, that's good for the community. It's good for the Roger Veres who are out there manipulating and doing whatever dirty tricks they're doing to the Bitcoin ecosystem. Now, if you're buying Litecoin at 1 in 200 or wherever it's at now, the Bitcoin Litecoin ratio, and you can trade it for Bitcoin at 1 in 4 later on down the road, that's going to level the playing field with these manipulators. And I got to throw Roger Ver in with the manipulators. You know, he's singing the praises of Jihan Wu and all this stuff, and come to find out the guy's scamming people, or I don't know, he's cheating the system one way or the other. So, you know, for me, the Bitcoin Unlimited Segwit debate is over with. The majority wins. You know, it was a kind of a weird thing. I knew I believed in Segwit, but I didn't know quite why, and so I was open, and now it's like, you know what? The scammers. You know, they're scamming the system, so sorry, you lose. Guess what? You got a warehouse full of junk chips. And that's sweet justice, in my opinion. But, yeah, so I'm pretty informed for not paying attention to the news. You know what's funny is how closed off I am to the world, man. I found out that Trump bombed Syria through Adam Meister's show. How cool is that? Adam Meister, you're doing a good service, buddy. But, stay away from Tizen. He brings you down. I don't trust that guy. Adios, muchachos.